Тема моего доклада – прошлое и настоящее присутствие православной церкви в Польше в интернете.
The topic of my speech is past and present in the presence of the Polish and Orthodox Church. The teaching of the word of Jesus is the case of all Christians. All Christians must consider themselves as pupils of Jesus and should preach his word. One of the most modern means is internet. Taking into account this, the Polish Orthodox Church has been using internet for many different purposes. Internet is not an ecumenical village with friendly communities that have the same values, but it is a huge city with all the dangers that this entails. But God has given the initiative to the persons, and the persons must decide upon the use of the internet. So what is connected to the dark side of internet must be taken into consideration. This area is an area that can influence the multitude of all sensations. The Orthodox Russian Church, let me say a few words about it. The Russian Orthodox Church is one of the few autocephalous Orthodox churches. Poland is in the center of Europe, as you can see. Our church has 7 bishops, about 500,000 of faithful. The first Orthodox Polish site appeared in 1997. A small parish at the center of Poland is the center. The first Catholic Polish site appeared 1 year before, in 1997. The site of the Vatican also appeared on the internet. After that site, in July 1998, the site of the parish Belatosk-Bedansk, this is the site, as you can see here. This is the official site of the Orthodox Church. It was inaugurated in 1999. Initially, its form was not very attractive. 20,000 people a month visited it, but after the reform of 2002, the number of visitors increased to 10,000 a month. The main purpose of the site is to inform the Orthodox community in Poland. Different texts, official texts, are posted, and the structure of the church is also presented. After 2010, this site was configured anew, and it has become more active. Now we have about 15 to 20,000 visitors a month, which for the Polish reality is a huge number. 70% are it's the percentage. One of the
Из 5 учебных заведений церковних учебних заведений 3, а
The monasteries there are 250 parishes, and there is only 1 in 5 that has its own web page. I shall show you now the sites of other archdioceses. These are the home pages of certain monasteries. Now, web pages of the parish, well, they are not a function of the size or prosperity of the parish. They're rather the expression or the indication of whether the parish priest understands about the internet or not. The biggest sites of Poland are not the official ones, but the social ones, which have received the blessings of the Polish Church, Photonet and so on, and the Charkiewicz and the Orthodox Net. They appeared, they were created in 2002 and 2004, thanks to the initiative of young people belonging to the fraternity of the young Orthodox, young Polish Orthodox. Both sides are non-profit sites. The first one focuses more on theological texts, announcements, and recipes for the preparation of fasting meals and so on and so forth. Meals and foods that are eaten in Poland and in other countries as well. In fact, these sites has 3,500 to 4,000 visitors daily. 90% of them are Polish or from other countries as well, such as Germany, the United States, the UK, Ukraine, Switzerland, Russia, Canada, Austria, and Greece. The second web page is in fact dedicated to Orthodox photography. Very interesting. Many Poles participate, but also Serbs, Romanians, and Bulgarians. More than 74,000 photographs on this site, 5,000 users. The site is visited by 1,000 people daily. More than half are from Poland, but mainly from Serbia, Bulgaria, and Romania, the visitors from other countries, that is. And we need also to refer to some problems related to these very popular sites. In fact, we don't have websites in different languages, that is, in languages other than the official language of a state, of a country. This is a problem because people who are not Poles, Polish, want to visit this because the material is all published in the Polish language. So that's one drawback, one weakness, especially the static character of these sites. These sites are not interactive. People cannot just raise questions and receive answers online. In fact, there were attempts made to turn them into more interactive, but Charkiewicz mainly. However, because there was no control by the church of the contents exchanged, there was more damage done than good. In the Polish language, there are many groups that are based on the principle of faith, and the biggest of the groups has some 10,000 members, and it is called Orthodoxy. We need to point out here something that we all want and will happen with God's will. It is the initiative of one of the priest of Warsaw, Arturo Aleksiuk, in March 2014. He established his own personal web page and he provides an Orthodox pastoral psychological catechism, thanks also to the help of his bishop. And he works thanks to the internet, but certain hours and days of the week he dedicates to face-to-face meetings on appointments that they make, people make who need to see him either on the internet or on the phone. The church needs to use the internet for its own purposes, not only the internet, but other digital media as well. We need to open up to the other digital media in order for the teachings of the Orthodox Church to be heard the world over. The internet is like a forum, like the old marketplaces used to be. The internet influences people's decision making. The internet is a tool, a means that can be used well by the church and can yield very good results. The condition, however, that there is no contradiction between the internet and the Christian teachings. The Christian teaching is to serve the good of people and salvation of their souls. Virtual reality could never substitute physical communication, physical presence, the internet cannot replace or substitute the communication with God. This contact with God can only take place through the sacraments and communion with God. So the internet may help us bring young people to the church and then to go in depth to in this relationship. The internet can really help us also in cases of people who cannot leave their home, who are bedridden or who live far away. So the internet will, of course, precede the real encounter, the physical encounter, the face-to-face encounter in the home of God. The internet is a first step. Must not the relationship, the rapport established through the internet must not remain on the level of virtuality. This is why the internet could never replace the life in sacrament. In conclusion, I should mention to you the 10 commandments of the internet. Do not do not worship your computer. Understand why you are in front of it. Remember that behind the door of the internet, not everything is rosy. Look what your child is doing. Enlarge your knowledge. Do not waste your time or talents in front of the computer. Do not ignore the risks that are lurking in the internet. Not to piracy, not to hackers. Do not trust your contacts. Do not forget to always do good with the help of the internet and never replace your friends by a computer. I think the internet is a place and a space where many people may seek out a meeting with God. This is why the church needs the internet and the internet needs the church. Thank you very much.